Oh. Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? It was my wife just sent me a message. She wants me to stop. That's why I was looking up with my glasses like that. She wants me to stop at Wawa for her, so no problem. I've been debating whether to make this video actually for a while. You know, and before any trolls say anything, the way you're breathing or you're taking a breath there, you're gonna drop over dead. No, I'm doing this off the cuff. Thoughts are in my head. I'm hearing voices. Sometimes when I mow the grass or I drive, you get a lot of thoughts in your head. You think about life and you think about things. And I thought, why not do the video from the car? Because I've done it before from the car. But I have these thoughts in my head about this subject today. And what's it have to do with reselling? Nothing. What's it have to do with traveling? Nothing. What's it have to do with... What other videos have I done? Mowing the grass? Nothing. But that's the power of YouTube and social media, that if you want there's a platform there for everybody to speak their mind, to do what they want to do. And it is a powerful platform that gets abused. And my neck, I cracked my neck. No, not dying now. So before you use trolls, you're going to be the next, and I'm joking, but that's one of the messages that I got this last week, that as you guys know that have watched my videos this past 2 weeks, I lost a friend, Alabama Pickers, Dusty and Tristan. Tristan passed away like 2.5 weeks ago, and honestly, I thought I made the video to help Dusty raise funds, because he's doing the GoFundMe, and I'm pausing. The reason I'm pausing is because I don't want to say nothing that comes up offensive. I'm really trying to collect my thoughts and be eloquent. Yeah, eloquent. How do you say it? Eloquent. Yeah, English wasn't really one of my strongest classes. I was better at math, but man, I could talk. So YouTube, I guess, as far as that, is the perfect vehicle. But sadly, as you know, that watch my channel, you're new to the channel, that Dustin didn't make it. So I obviously made a video and updating without talking about what family members told me, because that's their job. They want to say certain details, but somebody messaged me and why did they take their channel down? And at first I was like, yeah, and now I know why. And they didn't tell me why, but the hate that is out there, shame on people who think they need to say something vile, hateful. I mean, the messages that I've got, I've blocked a lot of people because they're just so... I mean, what happened to the Christian in people? And I laugh that people, everybody, it's easy to criticize. Well, they should have done this, should have done that. We all have stuff that we do that probably is killing us. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna probably have a heart attack one day because my weight fluctuates up and down, and I'm gonna say it. Too fat. There. You don't have to message me. 50% of the country is overweight. So don't anyone message me and say, Patdees, you're gonna die because you're fat. I get it. And then when I think about it, I think about that comment. I'm like, wow. We line up 30 or 40 million kids to sit in a fat man's lap at Christmas time and tell them the things that we want for Christmas. Hell, parents would criticize if it was a skinny Santa. So we get, that's the only guy that kind of gets a pass. Santa gets a pass for being. We love Santa. We line our kids up in line to sit on his lap and tell them what they want. And he's the guy that gets away with, But, and I'm being silly and I'm being goofy and trying to control a little bit of my annoyance, anger with stupid people. Because at the end of the day, I mean, people that would comment, and I didn't want to talk about it in none of my videos about the vaccine, because I'm not a doctor. I don't know enough about it, but I don't know what the issue was. All I know is they died of COVID complications. That's all I know. Let's be honest. I mean, the media, Facebook, social media, has done a terrible job. Last year, I was shopping for others, and I shopped something like 800 stores, and I was around a lot of people. I didn't get sick. And the reason that I didn't get the COVID shot last year, because the media was like, oh, it's just like the flu. Well, let's be honest. The flu is an optional shot. It's, they never really talk about it, but you hear, I always read statistics that 50, 60,000 people die a year from the flu. And I'm like, oh, that's still a lot of people, man. Yeah, I guess some people say it's not a lot if it's not affecting but it's a lot when it's affecting your family, or you lose a family member, Well, I had to pause there, man. I had to sneeze. Didn't want to blow my glasses out the window. That boy. I don't think that would have happened, but I don't want to, sneeze on camera. And because then I would have got a message. See, we knew you were dying. Yeah, because that's nothing better to do. Send me that message. But again, I get the flu shot the past probably 8 or 9 years, but I know a lot of people that don't get the flu shot, and they're fine. And there's so much misinformation out there, and I think it's a lot of people aren't getting it because of the lack of trust that we have in our system. Lack of trust in government, lack of trust in pharmacy, lack of trust in media. Now, I'm going to be perfectly clear and tell you I got it. I wasn't going to get it. I was supposed to get it like 3 months ago, and I canceled because I was reading stuff online again, and misinformation. And that's where the disservice is being done to people. If you don't know things for sure, don't share them. Don't share stuff online unless you really know for sure. It's kind of not fair to the people that probably should have gotten shot. But what made me get it? Probably like 6-7 weeks ago, I was supposed to meet up with a friend, a fellow YouTuber, and another YouTuber. And one of them called me up and said, hey, Pat, did you get the shot? And I said, no, I'm nervous because I have a heart condition, and, I had cancer, and I had radiation on the side where my heart is, and I went through a lot of medical stuff the last couple of years, and I had heard some, I don't know, and they said, oh, well, they don't really want you around there because, and I had to respect that. I'm like, I care a lot about these friends, not naming names, and it wasn't a political thing, and I get it. Nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to be healthy. No one wants to spread things. I get it, And I had honestly, for about 2.5 weeks, had been tossing and turning about the whole ordeal, and I'm like, So finally, that I was supposed to meet up on a Saturday. I got told basically a Wednesday or Thursday, and I thought I would hear back, and like, oh, maybe I could wear a mask or something like that, but nope, couldn't wear a mask. Didn't want me there. Some people say, well, you got to get new friends. No. These are great people. These are great super people. They are, and you know what? You respect friends that I don't like people to smoke in my car. I don't like people ever smoking in my house. And if you want to hang out with me in my car or my house, you don't smoke. You respect my wishes. So I respect theirs. So 2 days later, when I was supposed to be at their place, I went in a Monday, and I went to Rite Aid. I'm gonna sneeze again. I think it's from having the window open. Maybe the trolls are getting at me, and so they can leave a comment. I think it's from the window open, honestly. But I went to Rite Aid, and I got the shot. I said, all right, let's do it. All right, that was pause number 2. Had a little bit of the sniffles. I always I tease because sometimes, there's always the joke that guys, when they get sick, like a little head cold, they're big babies, and the wives give birth and can do all kinds of things. And so sometimes I used to tease, like, I'm dying. I'd be laying in my bed or something like that, and maybe wanting the wife to bring me in a cup of iced tea or a sandwich or something like that, and like, I'm dying in here. Come on, And it I guess the analogy I would use would be if you remember the show Sanford and Son, and Red Fox, every time he didn't get his way with Lamont or something, he'd fake a heart attack. Elizabeth, I'm coming. And ironic, later on in life, when he was doing a show, he'd had a heart attack on screen. So I wonder if he hollered out for Elizabeth then. And they're like, oh, knock it off. Yeah. He was like, I'm serious. And he's like, yeah. And they're like, oh, he's at it again. But I don't know, just again being goofy, trying to make light and jokes of things that I'm thinking of now, and we don't have to take everything so serious. But I'm gonna pull over into Wawa here a minute. My wife sent me a message. She wants me to bring home something from Wawa. So being the good husband that I am, because that's the fastest way to get killed, is not keep the wife happy, and then she hits you in the head with a shovel. And, then trolls are online telling me I shouldn't have had shovels in the house, that, maybe a rake or something. I don't know, because, trolls have opinion or have a voice of everything. So, I'm in spot number 73. So I will be back with more thoughts. And if you stayed this far so far, thank you. I appreciate it. Because sometimes people only watch like 40%, and this is me trying to have a conversation with you guys and people that give a damn and want to understand what I'm talking about, and I'm trying to make light of the conversation and hear me out, I guess. And I hope that when people listen to this, that they kind of think about things in life. Maybe I'll get it. Man, I would love to get a message from a troll saying, you know, I left you a nasty message and I'm sorry that, you know, you're right, I was wrong. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing as we as humans could admit that sometimes we say things that we shouldn't say and we have regrets? No, there'll be a troll that said, no regrets. You're gonna die, you're an idiot, you're this, and Wawa's killing you. I mean, I get all kinds of comments. So, alright, let me go to Wawa and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, getting ready to leave Wawa. Got my wife and my son a sandwich. The son didn't say, but he doesn't eat vegetables, but he'll eat ham and cheese, so I got him one too. Haunted Car Wash, $20. Friday and Saturday nights in October. Yeah, Haunted Car Wash, $20. I guess they dress up like goblins or something. I don't know. Who knows? What they should do is if people go through, they give them a little treat, like a little pumpkin Reese's Pieces or something. But anyways, actually I made up pretty good in there because I bought a $20 lotto ticket, number 25, and it was a loser. And I always liked number 26 because me and my wife, when we started dating, it was April 26 and 1988, and we went to see Beetlejuice. So if I see, I know I'm at 26. So I bought it, and it was a $100 winner. So actually, I made up for the hoagies I bought and for the autographs I bought. So almost a free day today. See? So it was good that the wife kind of messaged me to stop there at Wawa. That happened one time before. I think one of the kids had to use the bathroom at a Burger King like 2.5 years ago and stopped there and hit $1,000 on the second ticket. I only bought 2, and I hit $1,000 at a Burger King like truck stop type place, a gas station, convenience store, whatever you call it. I hit $1,000. So I was like, woo, that was good. So now my mind is on a different. So I got to get my mind back onto what I was talking about. I know. There's another troll. Oh, Pat, you're brainless. Yep, that's what I am. Brainless. But no, in all seriousness, you know, I know what it's like now. Sadly, because you know, when I first did the video and made the donation to the GoFundMe, that video probably had about 1,500 to about 1,600, I don't know, about 1,500 views. Now, keep in mind, I have about 3,000 subscribers, and, you know, there was other people, you know, in the reselling community that, but this last one I made, because the Yahoo and the news media picked up on the story, I've got a lot more views. And with that has come a lot more trolls. You know, and it's a damn shame. You know, again, people, you know, oh, they should have done this, should have done this, should have done that, and not even that nice, like really downright ugly comments that I've had to go through and block people, delete comments. I mean, if you're that hateful, I mean, some of them, I'm sure those people smoke. Well, they're gonna die, lung cancer, things gonna happen. Hey, I get it. And the whole thing is just so sad. It really is. And, you know, people said to me, oh, why'd they take down the channel? And then I'm like, you type in that. So when I heard that, and I wasn't told they were going to take it down, just to be clear. My video comes up, 2 videos, you know, and if he was on a show, because he's been on my channel, he's on like 2 shows, He's on another friend of mine, and his are coming up. He's even noticed more people are. And all these news or all these channels that just, what they did is somebody copied, screenshot it, and captured the video, 1 or 2 videos that they did before it got taken down. And then now, even with it down, some people are just capturing other people's videos of them talking. So, and they're not doing it to be positive. They're doing it to be negative and just haters or just miserable sons of bitches, you know. And again, I want to do this before. I hate on YouTube the anonymity, the anonymous, the cowards that make up. They can't even put a profile picture. They can't even put they put stupid shit. Like, I mean, I had someone make a comment, and it was a pair of guys' testicles. I'm trying to stay PG here, and wow, really? So I guess that person who made up that profile and left that comment, yeah, you're a really high class individual, and we really should be listening to what you have to say. But I've noticed, and I tell you now, I know what it feels like. These larger channels, what they have to go through, and I have to give them credit that man, the things they must have to do to filter and block and just do things. And I know a little bit behind the scenes, because I do know channels that have 200, 400, 500,000 and are friends and friendly with these channels, and so I know what they go through. You know, probably about 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine on Facebook, lady friend, she has suffered a sadness in her life with the loss of her son, and somebody puts a comment on the video on Facebook. Oh, I don't know why people waste their time doing this when they could be spending more time doing other things to make money. And YouTube is not necessarily always about making money. Yeah, it's nice if you do. I mean, but YouTube, for many people, look, 1% of YouTube channels are successful, meaning they're making a living doing YouTube. I would say 80% of the channels barely make nothing, probably. And people don't realize that unless you do $100, you don't get paid. You do not get paid until you hit $100. I had $2.50 in my YouTube account for years, because before, I guess you didn't have to need 1,000 subs, and I don't know, I did something and got some views and earned $2.50, and it sat there for years, because guess what, I didn't hit 1,000. And then when I hit 1,000 back in 2019 and had the watch time, you know, when I made $100, I got $100. But for many, it's more about networking, about, especially as a reseller. You know, we're not doing prank videos. We're not doing. I mean, I've done like abandoned places, and you know, obviously I think it's cool, and then I show it. Hopefully, you know, I mean, I can tell you, even my most popular video that has 36,000 views. Paul Jr. Designs, I think I've made $110 off that video the last 2 years. $110 for 36,000 views. Now, probably 4,000 or 5,000 of those views are before I was monetized. So, no, not getting rich. And anyways, on Facebook, that person, clearly you knew who it was. And I've seen it before. If people cross the line on Facebook, people will come after that person and say, hey, you know, knock it off, or you know, they start especially if they know the person, they start reevaluating and thinking, wow, this guy's a fool. And you know, they'll block and delete him, and that's a good thing, because when people are acting asinine, I think we ought to be calling them out and not be supporting that behavior. I know, freedom of speech, they can do it. Yeah, and that's the problem. Everybody thinks they can say whatever they want, no consequences. There's consequences in life. I started a TikTok about 2 months ago. I've done about 40 videos, and I only got 105 followers over there, but I'm actually I like TikTok for only one reason, is to do videos under 3 minutes that don't qualify for, but now that's another thing, is now YouTube is trying to stop people going to TikTok, so they're allowing shorts, but you don't really get paid for, unless it's a real viral short. I mean, I got shorts that have 3,000 views and got 20 cents. So, I mean, 20 cents. I think it just gives you, if you want to make videos, it just gives you an opportunity to kind of express that and share it in a short and experiment. And you get lucky and it gets viral, and all of a sudden maybe you get 1 million views and you make. I just saw a sign that said free. And free always opens my eyes. It looked like games and stuff like that, laying out on a blanket, but nothing there to pique my interest as far as. But maybe get 1 million views, and you might, who knows, you might make $1,000 or something like that, on a short. But I guess you need like a cat doing the moonwalk, or the dog playing the piano, or on TikTok, it's rather disgusting that 50% of the stuff that gets recommended is half-naked women, and desperate guys, obviously, on there, willing to send them little gifts and things through like digital money, and kind of disgusted that women really just. What happened to the Me Too movement a couple of years ago, and about. It doesn't matter. I mean, it just. And even the videos, and I guess this goes back to trolls and haters, the videos of people just outright disrespecting police, just starting trouble and throwing up the camera and calling them names, and it's terrible. It's terrible. So I guess I shouldn't be shocked, and I'm not no more, honestly. I've grown thicker skin about it. I just think YouTube, and this is where I'm going with this, needs to do a better job. I think if somebody who is a troll, just to be mean-spirited and troll people and just be savage, I think, be hate, they need to put things in place to block those people. Or you can't be anonymous. You got to show your picture. You got to put your real name there, and there's ways to do that. When you go online banking and stuff like that, you got to have your driver's license. So guess what? They have computer software. They could have somebody changes their profile picture to like a dog. I mean, let's face it. When we upload pictures to Facebook, they automatically know, is this you, Patrick? And you can take a picture with your kids, and they'll be like, oh, yep, that's your son. And they'll do do you want to tag them and all this? So it can be done. It can be done for sure. And then we'll see who has the balls to act like morons and idiots. But for, and I understand freedom of speech, but for just the sole purpose to be hateful and go out there and just cause problems and be miserable towards people, it's wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, I know this country is divided pretty much 55, 45 politics-wise. Is it that divided in clear, really, of how we treat one another? And the scary part is, I really think that, yeah, there is a lot of ugliness out there. And God forbid if we ever get to a point where, things even get worse in life, that, this shoot you over a can of SpaghettiOs. And just the downright ugliness of people to never in my mind would I think, man, I'll tell you what, and this just came in my head. I remember when Muammar Gaddafi got pulled out and he got out of that hole, and Saddam got And Muammar Gaddafi got killed, and they shot him with his own gun, and there was just an ounce of me that felt like, oh my God, that's terrible. That's like felt bad. And yet, you know, I had to clear my mind and be like, well, wait a minute, this guy murdered a lot of his own people and was a dictator, and yet you'll still get a lot of people say that, you know, the way he ran the country, kept things in line. He actually did some good for some people, but clearly he was a bad guy, and I'm not trying to say he's not. Obviously, I'm not stupid. I know he's a bad guy, but it just, the human in me to see that it was terrible. And what I've seen this last week, man, there's a lot of ugly people, and I just wish YouTube would step up. You know, if people are making hateful videos, where, I mean, you're basically crossing the line, or everything isn't about entertainment anymore. Even, and especially about like with the police situation, mistreating police and doing the things that they're doing, and nobody cares anymore. Just the vile comments that I've seen, that it even hurts more sometimes if you know it, that somebody that you know in your community could be doing some of it. And, you know, because would you associate with those people in real life? I wouldn't think so. I mean, I know that's a big complaint on Twitter. I follow the stock market on Twitter, and I know, like, Jim Cramer, the guy from CNBC's, basically said the same thing. And there's another guy I follow. He said basically if they had it, or they made it like people would maybe have a paid Twitter, like $4 a month, you would eliminate a lot of that. Because, you know, a lot of trolls aren't going to pay $4 a month to be an idiot. I mean, there will be some, but it's going to cost you money. And again, they can make it that you have to identify yourself, that you can't make up, you know. I mean, the stupid screen names I've seen this past week, and the comments, and I don't know. I just, again, and that's, just want to kind of talk to you guys. And I'm not giving up on YouTube. I mean, I know now, I've learned from bigger channels what to do, how to review, how to block, and you get a thicker skin for social media, but it doesn't stop. I want to sometimes believe that people can't be this ugly, but when you see all the comments, you're like, no, this is pretty common. Oh, what are they doing? Bingo there? Oh, that fire company's packed. Something going on there. There are a lot of cars there. Yeah, they got to be doing some sort of bingo or something. Maybe they're doing a gun raffle. But I do appreciate everyone that's listened to my rant here. And I'm sorry if I've gone a little long-winded. Again, while I'm driving, thinking about this, makes me sad. But I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's neighbors that don't talk to each other. There's things happening in life. Family don't bother with one another. And have we turned that cold? Yeah, you know, I mean, people kill people over nothing. It's not even like self-defense or war. If something doesn't go somebody's way, they're ready to burn down their, quit their job. So, what's the answer? Don't know. I just wish YouTube, I think Facebook is trying, but they can't. They get billions and billions of messages, and to allow the open platform, and they're doing the fact checker things that now, and they're doing things. But it starts with us. It starts with, are we raising also good kids to be good adults and not act like that, not behave like that? I'll catch my son, like he'll be writing something, I'm like, hey, don't put that up there, like you don't even know. Oh, and sometimes they think it's funny, and it's not at the level of hate, but it'd be like a stupid political, you know, like someone will post something like, it's not even funny. It's really distasteful. And just, to me, it comes across as hurtful sometimes. You know, and that's why I'll kind of end it there, that, you know, you could say, and I was thinking about that, well, take down, when you, God forbid something happened to me, and I tell my kids, just turn off the comments. Then you have to click on, like, it's like you have to, people don't realize how hard it is. You can't just, you can go one by one, or if you have more than so many videos, then you got to click a special box that click on like 20 at a time, you know, and then you got to keep going through that to turn off all the comments. But even doing that, and I just thought about that, you know, like yesterday or the day before, it still doesn't solve the problems with people copying your videos, thus allowing hate messages to be on your video on somebody else's channel. And there's people that thrive off of that. You could say, oh, well, Pat, you know, well, no, I didn't copy none of their videos. I talked about the situation. My friend thought he would make it, and when he didn't, upsetting. But I have it set up that you cannot leave a comment that is so hateful that if a family member, like, I would not want to, like, I wouldn't want to see my kid, and that's the problem. I mean, those people should be allowed to, in a sense, they should be able to have a, like, there should be a cop. Hell, I had a Hank Williams record that I uploaded that I know I can't make no money from, and I get a copyright strike from it that I uploaded 2 years ago. I'm not making no money from it. And, you know, right away they want to block you or take it down, or you can't. So how can these people make videos and copy other people's videos to allow hateful comments, and that's okay. That's I mean, that's the ultimate troll move, to allow that to happen, to be hateful. And it's being done multiple times, and that's sad. Again, I don't have all the answers. This is just a discussion. Wanted to talk about it. As I think about it more, like, just disgusts me. Can we be better people?